We are from MB41 Intel 3. We would like to explain to you about a mobile content chapter. So in this chapter there is three main focus, which is content and copyright protection, mobile payment system, and mobile advertising system. So the first main focus is content and copyright protection. In this subchapter, there will be DRM. So it starts with nowadays people can find unofficial content which is likely to violate copyright rules. So DRM refers to digital rights management. It's a system used to protect the copyrights of electronic media. These include digital media and movies, as well as other data that is stored and transferred digitally. By controlling the trading, protection, monitoring, and tracking of the digital media, DRM helps publishers limit the illegal propagation of copyrighted works. Typically, DRM is implemented by embedding code that prevents copying, specifies a time period in which the content can be accessed, or limits the number of devices that media can be installed on. The first thing to do DRM is by choose the content. Is it a books, image, etc. Then package the content with appropriate security. There is three type of security here. There is encryption partners, DRM partners, or PKA. PKA is public key infrastructure. So after that, we trade it with chosen currency, and there will be a payment. I think it will be like payment with money and sharing customer data and identification of PKI. And the last step is choose the device for the content to be used. Is it for PC use or iPhone or Android and etc. The advantage of DRM is it's easy to implement and use. The cost is not so expensive and it's adaptable to change. There are two general technique types that used by DRM. The first one is restrictive licensing agreements and encryption. And the second one is scrambling of expressive material and embedding of attack. And the DRM's distribution scenario is subscription based. It's like the subscription based is like a Spotify Premium. So for people that buys Spotify Premium can play the music every time and any time without limitation. And the second one is time-based content. So time-based content is like when we're playing something like not if not Spotify Premium, people will can play 6 music only in 1 hour. And the third is device based. So it's like a content that can be used or opened by several content. Maybe is it PC or Mac user or Windows user and etc. So there is the types of content that implements their M system is application, games, movies, and ebooks.
The RM systems are applied today to follow the standards that have been imposed by the Open Mobile Application, an organization whose members consist of mobile phone manufacturing industry such as Nokia, LG, Motorola, Sony Ericsson, Siemens, manufacturing mobile systems such as Ericsson, Siemens, OpenWave, and mobile phone network technology operators such as Microsoft, IBM, and Sun. There are two versions of OMA DRM is DRM 1.0, which was drafted in 2002 and approved this version of the DRM 2004. It is a basic without protection strong enough. And there are three methods that used by DRM 1.0. First is forward lock. It's used to subscribe ringtones, wallpapers. This method to protect against copying the file to an effective enough. Step of procedure. The content is inserted into packets and sent to mobile devices as a DRM message. The file extension of this method is DM whose contents are encoded header and content but not encrypted. Second is combined delivery. Digital writes are placed packaged distinct content in the DRM message. Digital writes are written using DRM REL or DRM writes expression language, which contains information on the number and length of time the number of times content can be used. The file extension of this method, DM, the contents header, write object, and the encoded content. Third is separate delivery, where content and writes objects shipped in separated packet sent in an encrypted state into the RM content format or DCF using asymmetric cryptographic methods, so it can be transferred freely or unsafe way such as through Bluetooth, earDAC, or email. Extension of this, the DCF file encrypted content or DRM content format. So this is the picture of DRM or Digital Right Management by Johan van Tassel, 2006. There are four methods that's used by DRM 2.0. First is Public Key Infrastructure or PKI security system. Second is Right Object Acquisition Protocol or ROAP. Third is DRM Content Format or DCF. And the last is Right Expression Language or REL. So next, as you can see, is an Open Mobile Alliance. It's in the RM system. And the next is the difference between the RM 1.0 and the RM 2.0. So the first difference is the application mode. For OMA DRM 1.0, it supports forward lock, combined delivery, separate delivery, in content download. And for OMA DRM 2.0, it supports download, MMS, streaming media and mini application scenarios like preview, super distribution, unconnected devices, and etc. And then the second difference is domain support. For OMI DRM 1.0, it's not no domain support, and for 2.0, it's support for a set of devices sharing the same rights. And then the third difference is mobile phone support. For 1.0 OMA DRM, it's a lot of handheld devices support OMA 1.0, including almost all 3G terminals. And for OMA DRM 2.0, few terminals supported. And the fourth difference is security. For the 1.0, it's based on the assumption that the terminal is reliable, not secure enough. And for 2.0, based on the assumption that the terminal is not reliable, the terminal and the server should authenticate each other using the certificates. And the last difference is deployment. For OMA DRM 1.0, it's easy to deploy. And for OMA DRM 2.0, it's hard to deploy, CA and a certificate system required. One of those ways to prevent the unofficial content is to change the SIM of business model. The business model that can be applied is because cheap and easy, digital content to promote traditional product, disintermediation and give it away, and the last is the artist freedom voucher.
The last topics that I want to share to you guys is about factors that promote and inhibit mobile payment. The first one is the promote factors. Offer more added value to customer, merchant, telecom operators, financial institution, and several other participants of the payment ecosystem. And the second one is UX, because the use is more convenient than the existing payment method at this time, which is the physical payment. And the next one is the inhibit factors. The first factor is The complexity of the of the ecosystem that requires the cooperation of several parties, and the cooperation between the parties still like those parties are banking, merchant, sales, telecommunication operators, and others, and that parties is lacking. And the second one is the financial regulation is centered over the banks and cannot accept new models for the rapid technology development. The third one is the security. The fourth one is the high cost to prepare the infrastructure. And the fifth, too many handsets that support various type of mobile payment, especially NFC. So I'm gonna tell you about the next topic is the mobile payment business model. So this model divided into four point. The first one is operator centric model, or customer to operator, the operator to the vendor. The second one is the bank centric model. This model is the customer to the bank and the bank to the vendor. And the third one is the collaboration model, and the fourth one is the peer-to-peer model, or customer to the ISP to the vendor. Okay, so in this video I'm gonna explain to you about the mobile payment. I'm not gonna explain it very detailed, but this is the general explanation. So the first topic is what exactly the mobile payment is. So basically, a mobile payment is about to pay something, but you don't have to prepare your physical money. All you have to do is just prepare your smartphone, and then there are several apps that help you with this mobile payment. So the simplest thing that I will explain is about how to do that. So the first one is the mobile apps must have to have some camera feature to scan the QR code. So you open your gadget and then open your mobile payment apps and open the camera, scan the QR code, and after that the transaction receipt will be pop up, and the transaction receipt is the evidence that you complete your transaction.
So guys, I will explain to you about the electronic money. Who don't know about the electronic money right now? In this area, electronic money is the tool that makes us easier to do transaction. We only need our mobile phone to do transaction like payment, transfer, cash out, cash in to our friends, our family, and etc. So many kind of electronic money like GoPay, OVO, Dana, Tikes, Link Aja, and etc. etc. And money or digital cash. What is money? as the PBT, money is the coins bill that can't exist on two places at one time, or bearish bonds, immediate casual, gold, silver, portable money. With qualities, difficulty to counterfeit, immediate settle-able, and untrackable. According to me, money is not everything, but everything begins from money. Money is the tool that humans use to do anything. If you want to buy something, if you need something, you have used money for it. And also, in my opinion, money is the motivation of everybody, because everybody want to study, want to learn, want to make experience, because want to get money, much money, exactly. And right now there is a digital cash. Two type of e-money: identified e-money, anonymous e-money, or digital cash. An ideal digital cash system. The first one is independency, transfer through network, security, not copied or reused, privacy or untrackable, offline payment or peer or to peer, transferability to another person, divisibility. Digital cash can be divided into smaller amount. So digital money is the money that's like electronic. We can't touch it, but our money only saved in digital. So right now, so many people easier to do anything, guys, and you don't worry when you forget to bring your wallet to mall or someplace. But right now, so many stores or restaurant make corporation with digital money. And then about the protocol consideration. The first one is consumer. Consumer want to get privacy, security, protection, and regulation. So, as me as the consumer, I want to make my privacy safety, and about security, I want why my data is secure in anything. In a business, availability of anonymity, cost and ease of acquisition, availability, risk of fraud, liability for fraud. And in financial and government, consumer protection, financial laws, privacy versus fighting crime, Federal Reserve regarding the money. And then the last one, technical challenge. Anonymous spending, privacy, preventing fraud, like double spending, cost everything. So guys, in this slide, I just want to conclusion that right now, I think the digital money is already safe because we have regulation, because we have the protection from the government also. So I think it can help us to do anything for businessmen and etc. That's for me. Thank you.
And Nielsen Telecom and Technology Practice Director in South Asia, North Asia, and Pacific Sagar Page says The growth in connected device ownership across Asia Pacific has been staggering in recent years. Nonetheless, he notes, while this growth is expected to begin leveling out, customer use and connected device will continue to evolve and expand, presenting vast opportunities for organizations to engage with customer on an almost ubiquitous platform. And we still talk about potential for advertising. How to choose the right target for our ads. Consider some of the following factors. The first is interest or hobby. Second is behavior. The third is demography. Four is survey of the user. The five is location. And six is the type of mobile device. And the seven is CRM database. And the last is context and keyword. And here is the model of ecosystem and advertising mobile business. And now we talk about advertising mobile system. Advertising mobile system has 4 points. The first is mobile advertising is a media advertising service that use mobile phone or cell phone. The second is ad delivery by utilizing smartphone technology other than mobile device. The third is by utilizing the GPS or global positioning system. Advertising mobile can determine the special behavior of its target customer. And the last is mobile advertising offer a way to advertise by means of good, effective and efficient, called as narrowcasting in advertising through mobile media. And now we talk about type of advertising mobile. The first is SMS, second is MMS, the third is banner ads, fourth is mobile video ads, and the fifth is mobile games ad, and the last is jiggle before voice mode. And this is the example of advertising mobile you can see in the screen. Now we talk about the potential of advertising. The first is smartphone penetration in the Asia Pacific region is booming. In fact, penetration is a number of market in the region is approaching saturation point, having already eclipsed penetration level in the US and many European nations. The second is Asia Pacific smartphone penetration in high in Hong Kong and Singapore at 87%, followed by Malaysia 80% and Australia 75% and China 71%. Penetration is developing Asia Pacific markets while trailing the more developed market in the region. Is gaining traction. Thailand smartphone penetration is at 49%, followed by Indonesia 23%, India 80%, and Philippines 50%.